Hi, I'm Jeet from Espressotec Sales and Service. Today we're going to do a video featuring another one of Jura's new products. It's going to be the automatic frother that we have right beside me here. So this automatic frother is great for frothed milk, hot or cold. So if you want a nice iced latte that has a bit of whip to it, or if you want a hot cappuccino, you can use this unit. So it has a 600 watt element that heats it up, a lot of safety built into it, and a lot of style that you usually are aware of with Jura. So plugs into your standard 120 volt outlet, so it's easy to use. It's got some safety precautions such as it won't run if you have this off. But basically what you do with this unit is you put in your cold milk, a minimum of about 3.5 ounces of cold milk, and depending on what you want to do, if you're going to be doing a cappuccino and you need to froth your milk, you can put a maximum of 250 mils, which is about 8.45 ounces. And if you're doing a latte, you can do 340 mils, which is 11.5 ounces of milk. Now, if everyone doesn't have a measuring cup at home, Jura's simply just put indication marks on the side. There's a little bit hard to see with the lighting, but the bottom one is minimum, and you have to put the minimum amount for it to run properly. And then there's a maximum with foam and a maximum without foam to let you know cappuccino and latte. So as I said, this does get hot, so only hold it by the rubber. The stainless will get hot, and also this plate will get hot. There's cautionary labels on it too, but just hold it by the rubber grips and you'll be fine. So it's really simple to use. You actually just, on the unit, before even operating it, you can select the discs. So I already have a frothing disc inserted in here, so this one will froth the milk. Jura gives you a spare frothing disc as well, and a heating disc. So the heating disc, as it implies, it's only really meant to whisk and stir up the milk while you're heating it up, versus the frothing disc is meant to froth it while you're heating it. So they are actually conveniently kept away. I have a third one in here inserted already, as I said, but these ones just go on the bottom. So over here, either or, you just sidely hold it in. It's held in by magnets, so it's not going to fall out and you're not going to lose it in your household. So I'm going to place that down. I'm going to place this right over here, and I'm going to add the milk. So I'm going to go ahead and add the milk. It doesn't matter actually which way you have this here. You can have it in any orientation. It will operate perfectly fine. I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to set it to the min line. And put the lid on. There's not a whole whack of splashing, but it will sometimes hit the top of it, especially if you're doing it at a hot setting. It will come up on the top. So to activate it, you press this button, and there's 3 lights. The first one is a blue light that will come up, and that's for cool milk. So again, as I was saying, if you want a nice latte or cappuccino, so you can put the heating disc in or the frothing disc in. And then the second one, it will light up in a red light, is going to be, warm milk. And then the last setting here is hot milk. So we did a little bit of testing before the video. The unit takes about 1:45 to 2 minutes to complete the cycle, depending on what setting you choose. On warm milk, that heats the milk to basically about 70 degrees Celsius, and then hot milk heats the milk up to about 90 degrees Celsius. So more than enough hotness, depending if you like a nice traditional style latte or cappuccino, you can choose the warm setting, or if you like it piping hot, you can go with the hot setting. So you simply just press this button to scroll through the 3 settings. Once you stop selecting, it'll flash it 3 times before it starts operating. So I'm going to go ahead here and make the hot milk. So all I do is I simply just press the button and slide over, and now it's selecting the hot one. It'll flash 3 times, and then you'll hear a click. So now it's going to go ahead and go away, and it'll take about 2 minutes to complete this procedure. And as you see here, it is whisking away. So this unit is a new item. It's available in store or online at espressotec.com, and it goes for $99 right now. Also, just a side note, while it's frothing away, to stop it at any time, for example, Say if you forgot the lid, if you're stepping out of the room, you have a phone call, you don't want to be leaving it unattended, you can easily stop it. There's two things you can do. Three actually. One is to let it just finish. The second one, to stop it, actually, you just press the button and it'll stop it right away. Or if you lift off, it has a sensor and it'll stop right away. As I said earlier, a couple times, it has that safety mechanism, so it's really great for the household. If you have some guests that are coming over and you wanted to do up to 350 mils of milk, you can very easily do so unattended. Just pour in your milk, press the button, and call it a day. Now, side note, speaking of the two discs, there's a heating disc and that frothing disc. During our testing, we found that the heating disc does make it a bit hotter compared to the frothing disc. It's about a 5-degree difference, so the heating disc gets it up to 90 degrees versus the frothing disc will do it a little bit less at about 85 degrees. Also, it's the first run of the day. Since the container's cold, the base is cold, everything's cold, and it's on a timer, it won't do it as hot. So instead of hitting 65, for example, it hits 60. Now, stopped, it's ready to go, lights are off, so simply just by holding the rubber, and I can't stress this enough, it does get quite hot, lift up. Now you can just lift off the cover and you can dispense the milk. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a little glass to pour out some milk, and you can see how it goes. Do you want to put an espresso in there, G? Yeah, sure. Good call, Gary. So I'm going to pour a double shot here. Gary was kind enough to prep for us. Pour that out. Nice rich crema. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add it on. And I like the design, you know, that the fact that it is oval, it kind of gives you a bit of a pouring spout. You're not doing it on a round lip. But there's quite a lot of foam, as you see here. Quite a healthy amount of foam, so it's really great in my opinion, and I quite like the results. Earlier we had some pretty good lattes. So just like that, easy enough. If you don't have an espresso machine to get you the espresso, you can easy enough use a hand presso to get your espressos. Otherwise, they have actually in the owner's manual instructions on how to make hot chocolate, such as heating it for a bit, adding the cocoa, and then heating it up some more. So thanks for checking out our video. Subscribe, send a like, put a comment, and stay tuned for our next one.